It's Viernes. Oh, Russ. The comic fam has been killing it on the hunt this week.
I know, es muy bueno esta mes.
They're tagging us on Instagram, man.
I know, it's super great.
It feels good.
Been a bunch of great finds out there this week. A bunch of people finding new stuff and old stuff all throughout shops. It's really, really super cool.
We're here to talk to you about the top 10 hottest comic books of the week, like we do every single Friday. So hit that subscribe button so you're here for the ride. We talk a lot about comic books. Also, got to give a big thank you to our sponsor, Key Collector Comics, who makes all of this possible. If you use code TOM101 in that discount box, you're going to get a free week subscription to the best comic book app that exists on the market. It's going to optimize your collecting experience, and it focuses on those books that are actually worth money. It makes navigation so much easier than the traditional way. Let's jump right into this list because we got a packed one at number 10.
Number 10 this week is a book that all of us probably saw coming, but none of us can find. Dead End Kids number 2. Now, Frank Gogol has been writing this book for SourcePoint Press. Fantastic book. It's kind of a coming-of-age story about a group of kids who are trying to figure out who killed one of their friends. I mean, great book. This book had buzz when it was announced in April. It had more buzz when issue 1 came out last month and sold out immediately. Issue 2 came out last week and sold out immediately.
What's going on with that, man? Like, is it just because I know the buzz is real? I mean, Jeff walked into your shop and he's like, "Where's Dead End Kids?"
Oh, no. I have people who are really, really excited about this book, but I was actually talking to the writer, Frank Gogol, about this. I ordered 10 copies and got none. There was no cancellation. There was no explanation. There was nothing happening. I talked to a couple other shops, and they don't know what happened to the books that they ordered either. So I was talking to the writer to go talk to SourcePoint Press and see if they could mention to Diamond that we have people who want the book, and the copies just aren't out there. If you can find a copy, pick it up. It's a 3-issue miniseries, and this is one of those that it's got enough buzz, it's gonna get optioned.
We're seeing this go for $30, and we got to give a shout out to the issue number 1 variant done by the great Ben Templesmith.
I know, that's over at Anomaly Comics, and they are available on eBay and look stunning. Good job, Ben.
Yo, comic fam, making a change to the list last minute because this is how we roll. Number 9 on the list is ASM 344. First appearance of Cletus Cassidy. No surprise. If you are a fan of True Detective, if you haven't seen this show, you gotta stop what you're doing, you gotta watch it. Because not only is Matthew McConaughey do his best acting job ever, and I'm talking better than Interstellar, we have Woody Harrelson who's bringing the heat as a detective. This guy's gonna be Carnage, and this is a big deal. I always really enjoyed this idea that Venom and Eddie tag teamed the Venom entity. They always refer to themselves as we. Carnage, on the other hand, is a symbiote that infected Cletus Cassidy's bloodstream. He got into Cletus Cassidy, and that's why he refers to himself as I instead. It's a little creepier. First appearance of Cletus Cassidy going for $30 strong. This is a 70% hike in sales in just 1 week. Is it because of Absolute Carnage? Of course.
All right, let's take a look at number 8 on the list because we got Spawn making its way back.
Number 8, Spawn, the Boston Comic-Con variant. This one was limited to only 500, and fan favorite Francesca Mattina is doing the cover on this one. We are seeing strong sales right out the gate of close to $500 for this book.
Yeah, man. San Diego Comic-Con had a similar book. It's the same issue, $299, and that one's it's actually being listed alongside of this one on eBay because they're both going for really high amounts.
And I know that when you and I went to Image Expo last year, we were in February of last year, and there was a Spawn variant 283. Nothing major was supposed to happen in that book, and that book is still going for 200 raw and 300 graded.
That's right. And those were both limited. And I remember at that release, it was random who got the sketch variant as well as the color. As you mentioned, they're going for really high amounts. I don't know. I'm getting curious here because the movie, it doesn't seem like it's going to happen. And I don't know if it ever was going to happen based off of how McFarlane's talking about it. He's mentioning Kickstarters now, which good luck with that. I don't know. This guy's the master of marketing. Is this because he actually thinks this could happen? Could we see a Spawn horror movie? Or is he just trying to help spike Spawn 300? All right, at the list at number 7, we have Absolute Carnage, the 1 in 200 red variant. I was a little confused, okay? At first, I'm like, why a red cover?
It's so hot.
Is it just because of Carnage?
I
get it. Obviously, it's because of Carnage, but why? Then it hit me. it's a blank sketch cover. And when you get that black and white sketch, oh, it makes it pop so hard, man.
Yeah.
And people have been doing it. However, this just came out and we haven't seen many sketches. Actually, none have hit eBay, but we have seen some on Instagram. We do appreciate the tags because we like to see this. But this book, holy smokes, it's going for ratio, man. There's nothing on the cover.
For a 1 in 200, that is crazy. When you see a 1 in 200 and it's a special variant or special artist or someone went out of the way, an Ert Germ Virgin 1 in 200, that goes for money. People are paying $200 for a red cover.
And we do have a print done by our sponsor of the mail call, Kevin Esslinger Art. If you go to his website, you can put code Tom101 to get a buy one, get 3 prints free. But this sponsor has made it possible for us to incorporate a original signed limited edition print in every single mail call box going forward. Super exciting. And this Carnage one is going on every box for September, but we're giving one away now.
Congratulations to Luis Costello, who is the winner of this. So thank you so much for liking and commenting down below last week.
And we also have a winner from last week's giveaway. We are sending out X-Men 305, 311, and 312. The first appearances of the Phalanx. You decide. We're sending you all of them. And congratulations to Sean L.
That is awesome. Again, congrats.
All right. And then let's jump back to this list at number 6 because, Russo, he pulled a fast one on the speculator market.
Talking about, especially with the new re-release of Endgame and all of these other things that could have been added as Easter eggs and everything that's coming out on the Blu-ray, I have no idea who's in these battle scenes, and I'm not going to pause every single frame. Nova could have been in there.
Well, he joked that he was. And you know what? This is someone who has mentioned Nova. How many times have we brought up Nova on the in the
at least
list?
10, a ton.
Over this last year,
Yep,
almost
a
double
lot.
digits because this character is on the minds of the producers. And he joked about Nova being in Endgame when he wasn't.
Right.
And there was a time lapse that it went viral. People started speccing on Nova. The prices went up. And now we're reporting on these prices. Although the very next day, he said it was a joke.
Yeah, but people like Nova so much. I mean, Nova's such a fantastic character that is underutilized in the Marvel Universe. Richard Rider is just so great. They just released Nova Pops. I don't sell Pops at my shop. I bought 6 of them kind of on a whim. They were gone by the end of the day. It's amazing how many people there are Nova fans. And if they did make a Nova movie, it would be popular.
Near mint, this book is going for $85. Nova number 1.
Yeah.
At 9.8, we're seeing it exceed $1,400. This is unprecedented. At the list at number 5, we have Venom First Host, issue number 3, cover A, making the list. This is the first appearance of the Sleeper, the result of Eddie Brock bonding with the infant symbiote. Now, shout out to Jim's Comics. This guy spotted on Venom issue number 17 in the solicit in the bottom right-hand corner. The Sleeper is coming into this run.
Nice.
Now, this is also kind of fun. We found this tweet from Donnie Cates recently. Someone actually asked him if he, was going to be bringing this character back. Has he forgotten about him? And he said no. He didn't forget about him. And then the internet went wild. So the Sleeper has something to do in this run, and spec is driving this book up. This book has seen over a 1,500% increase in sales in just 1 week. This book is selling for between $20 and $25 strong, and there is actually a second print of this comic book. That book is awesome. He's yellow, he's looking great on the cover, and it's selling strong for over $30.
And that's great. And we know that the second print has a print run of around 2,000 books. So you know it's really tough to find.
And now we have more option news that I'm really excited about.
Well, this is super cool. So Empty Man number 1 coming in on the list at number 4 right now. So we've heard in the last few days that this whole Fox and Disney, there's a lot of fallouts and there are properties being pulled one way and properties being pulled another way. Well, Empty Man, one of these books that's a little bit in the horror vein, is still under Disney's radar and something that they can still option.
Isn't that strange? I mean, Disney X'd so many option titles, like a lot of potentials, but they're keeping this horror one.
Well, honestly, I think it's mainly because the writer is Cullen Bunn, who, if you know that name, this guy was Donny Cates before Donny Cates was,
True.
Cullen Bunn is the type of guy that I would just joke about because he would have 12 titles coming out. Bone Parish he was working on and The Damned he was working on. There are so many books. over and over and over again. And he's just a prolific writer, writing for all of these amazing companies. So this is another great book, a great example. It got optioned right off the bat by Disney, who we know has money, is going to be able to afford it. Now, these aren't moving as fast as you would expect. We have seen a couple copies of number one go as high as 15, but you can find, in my and Tom's favorite opinion, the best variant, which is the Ben Templesmith retailer variant.
Well, that's 2 Ben Templesmith shout-outs.
I know. It's only $5.
Okay, but for real, though, we look through these because we like to look through at all the variants,
Always.
see which ones we could bring the community some value. And you're like, oh, it's the Virgin variant.
It's the one that has the triangle on it.
Who did the cover? So we're scrolling through trying to figure it out, and then sure enough, you picked
Ben
Ben's.
Templesmith.
So shout out Ben. Okay, coming at the list at number 3 of Batman 77. Ooh, this is causing a ruckus in the community. I know you're pissed about this.
I am.
Killing off Alfred? Or he's just getting like some chiropractic work done. It's one of the two. But
I don't even know. I think it's just kind of a cop-out. I have been supporting Tom King for a long time. I was trying to like support him and tell people, no, he's going to do something with it after the wedding. I know he screwed us all because of the bat and the cat, and he's going somewhere with this. Man, I'm pissed.
Why
you
are you
don't
pissed,
mess
man?
with... I'm a big Batman fan. You guys know. You've heard me go off on this stuff before. Alfred is the Rock. Alfred is the final frontier. Batman, when he's hurt, when he needs something, when he needs to be rescued, Alfred is there. Alfred is stitching him up. Alfred is looking at him on the table, trying to resuscitate him. Alfred is the one who is keeping him steady. That's the thing. Bruce Wayne is the loose cannon. I don't think people realize how integral Alfred is and has been for years and years and years. And when you mess with that, you're messing with everything we know. And I guess the other thing is it kind of feels lazy that you got Bane, who messed up Batman in the 90s, and you do it to Alfred. It's like, you could have picked someone else. Make a new villain.
Yeah, do something a little bit more creative. And
Right?
it feels like it's a little bit easy to do. And it's causing a ruckus through the community. This book's going for $20 out the gate. And the second print is already being solicited with that final page spread of us losing Alfred or him just getting his back realigned.
Well, I'm so upset about this that I actually took a copy of your variant, the number B Clayton Crane variant, and I'm going to be giving it away on this
What
show
the
today.
hell?
I took it out of your box because I knew it was going to be hot. Sorry, Comic Fam, you're getting Tom's book this week.
Okay, comment down below. We have more giveaways, so stay tuned. We have actually some big announcements we're making, but yeah, comment down below, like, subscribe, do all that stuff, support the channel. But we're gonna be sending out a copy of the Clayton Crane variant. I guess my copy.
I know. Tom's going to have to get a second print to read it.
Okay, swinging in on the list at number 2, we have Web of Spider-Man, issue number 118. This is the first appearance of the Scarlet Spider. All right, Ben Reilly. News broke last week on the podcast, courtesy of TiVo from Lords of the Long Box, that Sony is actively trying to develop this character. They want to bring the Clone Saga possibly to television. And not just that, there's word of Spidey 2099 concept art that is waiting to be turned into a live action film. Now, we had a lot of buzz this week about Sony and the Disney, the conversation of them just not being able to work out a deal. Is this gone? Did Thanos just snap his fingers and Sony's going to drift away? Like, we just lost Tom Holland. Oh, the world is ending. But TiVo's over there reporting on breaking news that they're still in active, development of working out this deal.
Something's gonna happen. Absolutely. They're gonna figure it out, and they're gonna have Spidey stuff happening, and they're gonna have Miles Morales stuff happening, and all of these things are gonna tie in. And I know eventually we're gonna have more Spidey with the Avengers. Something will happen. It's gonna work out.
So what TiVo was reporting today was that Disney is proposing a new deal. So they're going back and forth still. When we know D23 is right around the corner, they're trying to cause major buzz, more buzz than what happened at Hall H. So maybe they're trying to get a deal worked in. And the supposed proposal right now is to offer another trilogy, another 3 Spider-Man films that have Tom Holland as Peter Parker, plus an additional 3 Avengers movies. They're working for 6 more, and they also want Venom in the MCU.
Officially getting Venom in the MCU would be awesome. Now, this book, we've seen strong growth recently. It's selling 150% more this week than it did last week. We're seeing Raws go in the $30 range and $225 for a 9.8.
That's super high on that book. It's common. You can still find those in like half off bins, and it's a good book to have regardless of the spec news. He's a cool character, man. I'm a fan of Ben Reilly's Spider-Man.
It is so, so cool. Well, now we're going to take a trip over to Castle Grayskull for number 1, Tom.
Oh, that's right. If you found any value to this list, Comic Fam, or anything we do need your support. Hit that like button. And let's talk about number 1 on the list, because we got He-Man, we got Kevin Smith, we got an animated show coming, and I'm stoked.
DC Comics presents number 47, the first He-Man appearance in comic books.
That's right, Russ. What do you think about this news?
I love this. You know, I love Kevin Smith. I love He-Man. I'm not quite certain what I think how Skeletor is going to be in Castle Grayskull. But, you know, if we're dealing with an animated manga-style series, okay, I'm on board. Kevin Smith is great. And there's only 60% of his catalog that's terrible. So, I mean, I'm hoping he's going to even out and there will be kind of less of the yoga chasers and, you know, right?
Hey, I'm a big fan of Tusk, man. He's got some good stuff. He's also got some really strange stuff, and he's causing some books to spike. We're seeing 9/8 right now hit record at $950.
This book is such a good book, and there are way more underappreciated books in the DC Comics Presents run. You've got that first Teen Titans, you've got first Mongol, I mean, obviously you have first He-Man, but you can pick up a Marvel Age number 38. They were $40 a few months ago. Again, this first appearance of He-Man, they're on eBay right now for around $10. So this might be a good time to pick it up before they go up again.
All right, we got major announcements right now. We've teamed up with Scout Comics. They're helping us move and make a big transition right now for the Mystery Mail Call, aren't they?
They absolutely are, and this is great. We want to thank everyone over at Scout Comics for helping propel the Mystery Mail Call into the next generation. Now, one of the things we've been doing for Mystery Mail Call for the entire time is that every single box gets a graphic novel, and we've heard you. We want to retain the value and give you something that you're going to be proud to have. Some of the graphic novels weren't the ones that you wanted to get, but you know what? This deal we've worked out with Scout Comics for next month, I think you're all going to like.
We're starting a process to phase out the graphic novels indefinitely. And if we're able to accomplish this, we're looking at replacing it with an exclusive comic book every month. And we have them lined up month over month. And we're going to kick off the September Mystery Mail Call with no graphics, but an exclusive comic courtesy of Scout. And we are going to be doing our first exclusive, Gut Ghost number 1.
Awesome.
A variant cover, and it's going to be a Comictom exclusive.
This is so great. If you want this book, you're going to have to sign up for the Mystery Mail Call for September. Sign up at Comictom101.com and get on the list. Deadline's going to be September 15th.
We're keeping the print count low. We'll have final numbers as we approach, shipping them out. And Scout's going to be able to sell some of these on their site as well. So if you're not a part of the mail call or you want more than one, because every member is going to be getting one of these books.
And Scout also has some great giveaways for us this week. We've got sets of Headless number 1, the main cover and the variant cover, and Planet Caravan number 1. Tom, you want to give us a little breakdown of those books?
Dude, Headless looks so dope. I was actually planning on reading this before all this conversation and before we got these giveaways. It has this like paper girl style. The theme is like 80s stuff, kind of a Deadly Class feel I'm getting from this. And it's about the Headless Horseman coming back and causing a problem in a community, and kids have to just go in and fight them off.
That sounds great. And you know what? Planet Caravan, you've got a guy with a sentient suit of armor, and they're traveling around the world to try and figure out what's going on with a massive reveal at the end. This one looks super cool, too.
I'm a big fan of Full Metal Alchemist, and it's kind of given me
That's
that
totally what it
Alphonse,
feels like.
right?
Absolutely. Like if Edward is in Alphonse, that's kind of what it feels like.
You got to check out Scout Comics. They have so many dope titles. Solar Flare is awesome. I just reread the Mall Run because we're going to be doing some fun stuff around that.
Oh, yeah.
soon.
Long Lost was great as well.
That's right. And if you go to scoutcomics.com and use the coupon TOM101, you're going to get 10% off your purchase.
Nice.
How dope is that?
That's very, very cool.
Big shout out to Key Collector Comics, the best comic book app that exists on the market. Use the same code TOM101 to get a free week subscription of a comic book app that's going to streamline your collecting and enhance it in ways you never thought.
Thank you so much to all of our sponsors. Thank you so much for everyone who watched. Make sure you subscribe, click like, and comment down below for a chance to win some of these great giveaways this week.
And as always,
geek responsibly.
Enough said. Oh, so many cool things happening, my man.
Oh, I know. It's crazy. The ball is rolling faster and faster every week, Tom.
The community is growing. We are seeing 30+% in all of our reach.
Oh, I know.
The podcast is performing well. Thank you for giving us so much support. We're seeing so much growth on all platforms. And you know what? I said it before, and I'll say it again. We're just getting started.